Today we're going to talk to you about making sure everything is sanitized during the COVID-19 new shooter orientation. This is going to be anything from your firearms to anything that the student is going to be touching. I will be using the same wipe as it is a clean wipe, and we have just already disinfected all of these, but I wanted to go over what this needs to look like. So for our air pistol, you're going to pick this up. Any surface that the student or the teacher might need to touch needs to be sanitized, especially the grip, the trigger, and the trigger guard. And you're going to lay that down and allow it to dry. Same thing on the rifle, the forearm, all the way down to the stock. The cheek piece is very important as they're going to be putting their face there. The trigger, the safety, the trigger guard, as well as the plunger. You want to make sure this is clean because they're going to be putting their hands there as well. On the sights, if you choose to wipe those down, just be cognizant that if you touch those knobs, it will turn and can cause it to be off a little bit. On your bow, any area that they may come in contact with, especially the grip, as well as the limbs, because a lot of times when we're handing the limbs or the bow back and forth, we touch the limbs. We want to make sure that that's sanitized as well. And then any arrows that they're going to be coming into contact with, you want to make sure that you wipe them down all the way from the tip down to the nock and the fletchings as well, and allow those to dry. So in your kit, you need to have sanitizing wipes, you need to have glasses. We prefer the instructor wear clear glasses just so that the student can make eye contact with you. That's the one way that they're going to be able to see what kind of mood you're in or how they're doing. Make sure that you have extra masks with you. Most students will come with one that's already ready for them, but keep in mind face shapes change, or different face shapes on different students. And with their glasses, it can cause fogging issues, so you need to have different options. As well as gloves, you're going to need a bunch of gloves to stick with you. And hand sanitizer. Have the students use hand sanitizer when they get there, before they leave, and the instructor is going to use hand sanitizer in between every single student. You can do that on top of your gloves and allow them to dry, as well as keeping a nice roll of paper towels so that if you have too much hand sanitizer or something needs wiped down, you have that ready to go. My name is Crystal Bench, and I'm a Level 1 certified shooting sports instructor in pistol in Payne County, as well as a Level 2 certified shooting sports instructor in pistol in Oklahoma. What I'm going to do today is walk you through new shooter orientation during the times of COVID-19, following the guidelines set forth by Oklahoma State University. As you can see, we have our range already set up for air pistol. Our pistol is already on the table with our CBI inserted. Our student is sitting there with his hands away from the firearm and ready to follow instruction, and our parent is standing right behind, ready to help. The parent's job during this is to make sure that the shooter is following all instructions, as I'm going to have to step away from time to time. When I step back into the frame, you'll get to see a little bit more of what we're doing today. Braden, are you ready to shoot some air pistol? All right. At this time, we're going to pick up the firearm, and I'm going to place it in your hand the way that I want you to shoot today. Keep in mind that we would normally use bags or something to steady the pistol on, but I don't have one today, so we're teaching you another alternative when it comes to new shooter orientation. It's the instructor's job to remove the CBI and make sure that our safety is turned off or turned on, and on most of those, that's right here. I would like for you to put your hands together. Okay, I'm going to place this in your grip. Make sure you have a good solid grip on there. And what do you say when I hand you the firearm?
Thank you.
You're welcome. At this time, I'm going to insert a pellet, close the bolt, and when you have a good sight alignment sight picture using your elbows, go ahead and press the trigger. Awesome job. Now I'm going to open the bolt, make sure the safety is on. I'm going to actually take this firearm from him. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to insert the CBI. We insert the CBI every single time so that we know that the line is safe. When I step away from the line, the parent's going to watch and make sure the child's hands stay down, and I'm going to step back here at least 6 feet away. That was a great shot and wonderful follow through. Is there any questions that you have or concerns that you had with that shot? Are you ready to take another one? Awesome. So at this time, I would go back into the frame and we would start the process all over again. Once you've taken all of the shots and the student is actually going through the motions by themselves, with you staying close enough that you're there in case there's a safety issue, we're going to have the parent and the shooter exit behind the safety line. So at this time, if you guys will exit, we're going to use some hand sanitizer. Did you have fun today? Did you have fun?
I enjoyed it. I learned a lot. I didn't know some of those things.
Awesome. Well, we will see you next week. Thank you for coming. And that is what air pistol new shooter orientation should look like.